Hello friends, welcome to our channel Tech on Target, and we are here with a new video on Kubernetes. We have already made videos of Kubernetes in Hindi language, and also we are releasing the same videos in English language. You can choose which language you prefer. You will find link in the description. So let's start today video. What we are going to study in today video in Kubernetes. Like in AWS, first I give you the scenario. We have the EC2 instance, and we don't want of deletion of this instance by mistake. So what we can do, we can enable the deletion protection on that. So any of my friends which is visiting, instead of making the QA instance termination or dev instance termination, it maybe there a possibility by mistake it can do terminate the prod instance. So what we do there, for practice for dev also, we make sure that deletion termination protection is enabled, so no one can terminate that instance. So here in the Kubernetes, everything we are just moving on Kubernetes on container environment. What the mechanism or what the solution is offered by the Kubernetes to solve this and to achieve this purpose of to make our application highly available. I am taking the example of an application which have we can assume 3 or 4 node, and to make the application live all the time, we require at least of 2 pods. We can't negotiate up to, we can't let our system to go beyond that. So what we can do, for example, we have example.com on traffic is coming and tapping through, maybe I'll be through ingress, it's coming to that these particular pods. So there might be a possibility your infra provider or the particular zones or particular, we can say, availability zone go down, and your node also can go down. So in that case we can't do. But if there is a planned activity, maybe there is a downtime, or we have made the instance auto shutdown on 12 p.m. either auto shutdown, or we can say we have made the instance, or maybe there some planned activity from cloud. So your main is your instance, your worker node will got down in that case, but resources are not available to create that pod in the other pod. If we in the replica set, if we have given the 3 replicas, it will create the same replicas on other node. But in case we don't have resources in other node, the application will not came up, the pod will go down. So what we can do, we will not let the worker node to go down. So what we can do, we are here with the solution with the disruption budget. So what is this disruption budget? It is saying that who is designing your system or DevOps engineer, what is the count of minimum number of pods which are required to make your application live. Maybe out of 2 to make your application web page enable all the time. So you can define minimum available all the time. We will make ensure that these 2 pods will remain live on your worker node. If resources resources depreciation or resources shortage will come, we will not let any pod to go down. So this is the Kubernetes object PDB POD Disruption Budget. You can either define minimum available all the time or maximum unavailable. That's mean you are saying that you have 10 number of ports, and uh, you are saying that um, if three ports go down, I'm okay with that. And both are the scenario in which you maintaining the count of downside, or like you have want to keep at least two node or three node, four node, whatever, three ports, sorry, I'm making things, you make the ports number of counts ports to up to a sufficient number. Or you can tell the kubernetes to, at least if you are doing some activities or your cloud provider is doing some activity, you can make the node down, and you can make our three ports or two ports down after my whatever ports I have. Okay, so in that way port decision budget will work. uh, I hope you are very much clear with our what is our requirement, why we are comes for this port disruption budget, what was the problem which we are solving with it. So in this screen, I'm trying to make things clear by this diagram. We are hosting a website www.example.com on our infra. We have a LB, and this LB is passing on the traffic to different four ports of same kind. And these ports, at least in today video, we are going with the minimum required required pod. So at least two ports we are required. So that's the manifest file for post disruption budget. Its API is the policy v1, and kind will be remain pod disruption budget. This means pod is an object of Kubernetes, metadata name PDB test, that's just name, and under specification we have minimum available is equal to 2, and we are doing a selector match level run nginx. That's mean you have to keep the pod number 2 of which pods which have the levels of run nginx, which have the levels of keep here run nginx. So any pods which have these labels, it will not let their count to be low than 2. So let's create the post description budget first. I hope this particular manifest file is clear to you. It's just motive and purpose of this creating this Kubernetes files or Kubernetes project to create the port dispersion budget, which will not let the ports to be down, to maintain the ports count at least 2 for all the ports which have the labels run nginx. Okay, we can list it, verify it's created or not created. You can see here its name have PDB test. You remember we have given the same name in the manifest file, minimum available, and we can also define here maximum unavailable allowed disruption age 23 seconds. Okay. It's we have just created it 23 seconds ago. Now we have the other manifest file. In this manifest file we have the apps v1 version, kind is deployment. Okay, let's create it on a terminal. Let's paste it over here. So we have a deployment set. Let's create it. Okay, deployment apps nginx deploy is created. Now we are ready with the kubectl pods. We have the nginx deployment 3 pods. Here I'm explaining this particular manifest file. We are using deployment, and under that we have given the labels run nginx. That label is very important, you know, that's important. And if you not getting it, the labels, how we can assign, what are the label importance, you can go to section video in which we have labels and selector, and then we have replicas equal to 3, sector match label run nginx. Template we are using as the run nginx. Specs, under specs container we are using the image nginx. And we are, as we are using replicas is equal to 3, we are we have the 3 ports of our nginx. I am doing this on AKS cluster. So either you configure it on AKS or on EKS, it will not going to affect much. So I currently I have only one node. Actually one node will help you in that, because if we have 2 node, the resources will get shifted on other node. So what we will do, we will it is saying that unable to drain node AKS due to cannot port ready to override. Okay, we have to override. As to override, we have to pass this particular parameter -" read empty directory, because it's have empty directory available here. Now you can see the logs, it is evacuating the ports, and it's saying that error, it's getting error to evacuating the ports, because it have the port description budget live there, so it can't do that, because port description will not let to train the node. If we can assume that if we not configure the PDB, all the resources will get evicted, and ports count will becomes to 0. If we kubectl gets node we have done, and we can see that we our node in ready, but scheduling disabled. We can't schedule for, like, I want to deploy a new port, we can't deploy because scheduling is got disabled, so schedule can't deploy. Here you can check, first nginx port is in pending, go in pending state. First it was in a ready state. This was happened 71 seconds ago when we drain the node. Is it easily remove this port, but it was unable to remove those pending 2 ports because they have the disruption budget. And you can see timing 3 minutes 59 seconds when we have created that just 4 minutes ago. Now if we have to make the application back live again with the 3 ports, we have to undrain the node and make it available for scheduling, because normal ports can't be scheduled over this scheduling disabled nodes. Or we have a second option to launch new worker node. We have to scale it out, but for today video, first purpose of giving you the hint of PDB, how PDB work, I have shown to you. Now I have to uncode the node. I will type here kubectl uncodon, and I have to give the name of the node. Here we have the name of the node. I will paste it over there. And it's uncoded. What will be happen by this command? We will check it by kubectl get nodes. Yeah, you can see that it is in ready, and we are now can schedule more application, more pods on these node. If we do kubectl get pods, what will be happen? You know, our 3 pods will came live. How it's came live? Because 2 pods are also live, and 1 pod was gone dead because of the resources not available. Pods gone in draining, not gone in draining state, and when nodes came up for scheduling, our 3rd pod it's also came up. So hope you like the video. If you have any suggestion, any feedback, you can comment or you can write it on our email. Thank you. Please subscribe. Bye.